Hello guys, my name is Peter Bawe and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. I teach everything about running ads, Meta ads, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google ad, all of these ads basically. And I personally run an ad agency. I've been able to generate good results for my clients. I'm going to put a link below this video that will lead you to my ad agency website, or you can actually get in touch with us. I'm making this tutorial now. You can actually start running Meta ads specifically on your mobile phone. Well, let me start by making this video this way. There are certain stuff that you will need before you start running Facebook ad. It's not really that difficult to get, but the truth is that if you are not used to this stuff, you can actually find it kind of difficult or kind of difficult to navigate basically. But one of the things that you will need is a Facebook page. I'm very certain that anybody who wants to run a Facebook ad already has a Facebook profile like this one. This is my own profile. What the page is quite different from your usual profile. Of course, you can actually, if you are using professional profile, like I am using here, I'm using professional where you can where you can see your dashboard and all of those stuff. Basically, you can also run ads, but for the sake of this video, you need a Facebook page, and this is what the Facebook page looks like. Let me just switch. This is my own Facebook page. This is my own Facebook page. This is my Facebook page. This is for my agency. Basically, if you would like to contact us, this is the way you can actually contact us. And so I've been able to put out videos and all of those stuff, basically. So the thing about this is, if you have this page set up, I know that people are having like a lot of difficulties doing this, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. You can actually use VPN. Though one of the things that I usually do is that if I have a long age or a particular page that I've been using for a very long time that I've abandoned, one of the things that I do with it is I run ad or I just edit that page so that it can suit whatever thing I want to use it for. So this is another thing that you will need. This thing is called what's it? Meta ads. So this is Meta ads. This is one of my ad account that I'm using to run ads for my clients. This is how it looks basically. And one of the things I want you to know is that you can actually run ad from this particular app, but you won't get all of the things that you're supposed to get. You like so there's a lot you can actually do by going on your Chrome or your browser to run your ad, but you can actually start from here as well. So if you want to run ad from here, this is one of the things you. So like I said, I believe that you have your Facebook page now. So one of the things you do is just press this plus sign, this plus sign at the top corner here. Well, they said that my other account is disabled basically because I do not have enough money in it anymore, something like that. But something else. I'm actually going to go this way. There's a lot you can. So yeah, you can add money and all of that, but I don't know what's going on. So let me just get ahead and do something else. So you can actually go to your Chrome, the browser, and you type something around. This is adsmanager.facebook.com. So you type adsmanager.facebook.com. And after you do that, you will log in your. So you probably must have had. Probably just log in your Facebook, your normal Facebook profile on your browser. So this is the interface of that ad manager, just like the one that we saw the other time. So this is the face of the ad manager. You go to Facebook, adsmanager.facebook.com. So after you have this is the next thing that you've got to do basically. So this is the next thing that you've got to do basically. You go ahead and press create. You get. So this is going to give us like something. Now, one of the things I want you to know when it comes to running Facebook ad is that there are things we call objectives. So objectives is what you actually want to, what results you actually want your ad to achieve at the end of the day. So I'm saying something like this. For example, if I'm running a Facebook ad, I actually can go ahead and if I'm sending something that people are not aware of, I can actually go for awareness. Awareness is more or less like you want people to know that your business exists. It's more or less like a visibility thing. Then you can go for traffic. Traffic is if you want to get a whole lot of people on your website, on your page, you can actually run Facebook ads straight to your WhatsApp as you're using traffic. So you are going to get a lot of people, a lot of people. But I'm going to explain something as we go on. Engagement. Engagement is if you want likes, if you want people to comment, if you want people to watch whatever you are, maybe it's a video ad, you want people to watch it. That is what engagement does. Then the next thing we have leads. Leads are when you're trying to like get people who can actually buy. You understand what I'm saying? People who can actually buy to see your business. So we talk about prospect. Leads are people who have the who have the chance, who have the opportunity, or who are actually willing to pay for whatever service, whatever product that you have. So you can actually use leads. Then we have app promotion. App promotion is if you have an app that you actually want to promote, you use app promotion. Then the last one, which is sales. Sales is quite simple. Sales is sales. You understand the thing? Sales is if you are selling an e-commerce product, you are selling a product that people can purchase directly from the website. This you can also use these sales to actually get people to your WhatsApp, to your DMs and all of that. But this is something I actually want to explain. Now the difference between traffic, I said something about traffic the other time, and the difference between traffic, leads, and sales. Now there's something I said about traffic the other time. I said something around the fact that when it comes to traffic, right? When it comes to traffic, you can get a lot of clicks. But one of the things that Facebook does is that it is going to show your ad to people who will just click without the intent of buying. So if you are creating your ad basically because you want people to buy, you don't use traffic. Because if you use traffic, it simply means that you are going to get a whole lot of eyeball. People are going to come to your website, but they are just people who just want to who just want to come. They do not really have the intent of. I don't know. Facebook has a way to by the algorithm, by their AI, they know how to, actually match people or get your ad in front of people who have the intent of buying and people who just have the intent of clicking. So if you are someone who actually wants to sell something online, which I believe that most people actually does, you need to go for sales. So if you click sales, this is what we call campaign. So let me zoom this in. If I do that, now one of the things that you see from here is that it talks about conversions. So you see, find people likely to purchase products or services or service. People who are likely. So Facebook knows people who are likely to purchase. You understand? So this is good for conversions. Conversions like you want people to buy. Catalog sales, message. You can use it for message, Instagram, and WhatsApp, and also calls. If you are doing something that maybe it's a service that people need to call to know how your service runs and all of those stuff, you will use conversion. Let me do something again. When we go for traffic, so now look at something that Facebook wrote about traffic. It says send people to destination like your website, app, Instagram profile, or Facebook. They say so. It is written here that it is good for link clicks, landing page views, Instagram profile visit. You see that clicks is just clicks. People will just view. They might not take. They might not make a buying decision. They might just click, and that is all you get. So this is one of the things that you have to understand as well. So it is about you really have to understand your objective even before you really have to understand your objective even before you start to get your way into this. Do I just want people to come and view my store? Do I want them to buy from me? What am I doing? What am I trying to like achieve with this thing? These are the things that you must have thought of even before you get into running hard. So If I go back to sales, now let me just zoom out. Let me click continue. Now, this is what we call, now you must have heard people say campaign. This is what is called campaign. So campaign is it's a structure. It's a structure when you are running hard. So the whole process of running hard is what is called campaign. The whole process of, oh, I actually want to run hard. I want people to see my stuff. That is what a campaign is. Now, you ultimately, one of the things that you need to do, or one of the things that you should always do, is to name your campaign. Now, this is not an advanced class. There's an advanced class that I will show you structure. Now, so there's a way you structure this thing, but this is quite basic. This is for anybody who's just starting out, anybody that does not have, or that does not know anything about running ads. So one of the things that you do is you name your ad. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say, for example, you want to run ad for, I think that the process I'm going to use here, because I do not have all of the tools, all of the things that I'm supposed to have on ground here. So one of the things that you do is this. You name your campaign. Let's say I name it Peter Hard. I'm just giving an example. Sorry. Yeah, let's keep going. Now, this place is also an advanced level. So when we're talking, there's something we call budget strategy. CBO. You really do not need this at the very beginning. I'm actually going to explain this in the advanced class, where I will explain or make a total breakdown of what these things does, why you should use them, why you should skip them, what kind of ad you can actually, or whatever campaign you should use, whatever what type of campaign you should use them for, and all of those stuff. So we are not going to stress on that one. Let's just move straight to the most important part. Now, you see that Facebook already enter daily budget. This daily budget is the amount you spend on daily basis. Now, I get a lot of questions around the fact that, can I start with this amount? Can I start with this amount? See, one of the things you need to know, when I run out for clients, one of the things I ask them is that, what are we looking at? Because a lot of time, what you try to achieve. Now, I'm not saying that the amount you spend determines if you are going to get results. No. But Facebook has a thing with using this ad, using using the amount you spend to get you the right set of people. Now, let me explain what I mean with that. For example, if you are using a small amount of money, let's say something below $3 per day. That is 3,000, 4,005 in Naira, right? One of the things that you have to understand is that Facebook, this daily budget is supposed to, Facebook spend this daily budget for 24 hours window. So one of the things they do is that they try to spread they try to spread the amount across that 24 hours window. Now, this is what it does. So they will try to determine when best to spend your money. So this is what I mean. If you start running your ad in the morning and you use a lower amount like $3, one of the things they will do is that, because they want that money to be useful for the whole 24 hours window, they try to spread it evenly. So they do not spend it finish at once. Now, this is because this is true. If you put 10,000 naira, if you put $10 per day, if you put $50 per day, if you put 10,000 naira, you get your thing. The truth is that Facebook is going to spend it finish. They are going to exhaust that money in the 24 hours window. At the same time, if you do not do that, if you put a lesser amount, it's going to, you understand what I'm saying? So they know how to spread it evenly so that it can actually meet you. So sometimes it's not about the amount, it's about what you have, right? But it's about you thinking, what am I trying to achieve with this thing? So let's say, for example, I enter 5,000 naira per day, which is about $6, about $4 or so. Yeah. Yeah. Then there's nothing much that you do here. Then we have the other part of campaign. So I said something around this B strategy and all of those stuff, but I'm going to explain it how to apply it, how to use it, and all of those stuff. Now we have this A/B test as well. Now A/B test is when you're trying to test your campaign against different in different ways, and I think you can actually skip this part, of course, and do it the manual way. Manual way. We do it. It's also manual, but it's actually a different way we do it now, which I'm going to explain now. So I'm going to tell you the structure, how to structure. I'm going to explain to you in the advanced class how to structure your ad in such a way that it gets you good results. So it's not just running ads, it's structuring. There's a way you put a structure to your ad. And if your structure is right, I'm telling you, you are going to get the best of results out of your ad. So now I will click, you can see next here. Do you see I did not do much? I just renamed and I put the daily budget, and I think that's okay. Then we press next. So after next, this is what we call assets. Now, the first place that I just showed you is what we call the campaign. So under campaign, we have assets, then we have the ad. So I'm going to explain that. So the asset is where you structure everything that you want your ad to achieve. So let me explain. So let's start by naming it, like we did the other time. Let's do Peter Hard again. So yeah, this is what I'm saying. Now you can decide the destination of your ad. Now from here you start deciding where is the destination, where are you sending people, where are people buying from you, where are they purchasing whatever you are selling, what action you want them to take, and all of those stuffs. First we have conversions, location. You see that we have website and calls. You can, if I click down, you can see different ones. We have website and app, website and install, website, app and install, website and calls. So you can actually send people to the website, and also if you have an app, so it means that there's a bit of integration between the website and the app, like they are joined together, website and install. So if you have an install but a different website, you send them to both, then app and install. So let's go to this place. We have where it is only a single thing. So if you have only WhatsApp, if you have only website, you click on single, then click only website, right? Only website. You're not clicking something else. So this is going to be mainly website. So it's not doing website and install. It's not doing website and app. It's not doing website and app and install. It's not doing anything. Now, if you notice something just now, let me show you something. The moment I put website, where is it? Yeah. The moment I put website, okay. The moment I put website, there's something that came up. The moment I put website, you could see this stuff with activity event where it wrote purchase one, custom conversion. Then it did view content, conversion API. This is one of the ways you can actually get the best of results when you start running hard, especially to website. Now there's something we call pixel, which I cannot even explain in this tutorial. Pixel and conversions API. Now what this does is that it's a way for Facebook to get data of the kind of activity people do or people make on your ad to give you the best result. So let me explain and break that down. If you have your Pixel integration installed, if you have your conversion API installed very well, and you could see one of the things that will make you know that I actually did it very well, is that the moment I put it there, it just gave me purchase one conversion. If this thing is not active, you will see it. Now, if you look at the other part, you will see where it wrote inactive events. But this one, active events. You understand what I'm saying? So This one, I'm going to teach it in the advanced class where I will show you very well how to install it to your website, the best way to use it to get enough data so that your ad can convert, so that Facebook can start, Meta can start reading the things that they are supposed to read to deliver your ad to the right people. Now, but let me proceed. Let me go simple. So if I take away that, I can actually go to message destinations. So let us do message destinations. So on message destination, this is where you can send if you want people to message you on Messenger, on Instagram, where else, on WhatsApp, and all of that. So now look at something. Another thing you should observe with this is performance goal. Now, when Facebook is talking about performance goal, they brought out something. Is it to maximize number of conversions or maximize number of conversations? So it means there's something you should understand when it comes to this thing. Conversions, if they are to maximize number of conversions, there's some people they are sending your ad to. If it's maximize number of conversations, they have different set of people they are sending your ad to. So if you are to ask me which one you should choose, the two are actually good, but always go for maximize number of conversations. And this is actually good for messaging ad, for ad that when you're sending people to places like your Instagram DM, your WhatsApp DM, or Facebook DM. So if you click this is what Facebook says. This is what it is written here. So if you like the other stuff I explained with using website, if you want to use the first one, you have to have your number of choose maximum number of conversion and use pixel tracking to purchase events. You see that? So if you want to use this one, but if you go for conversations, because maybe you don't have, of course, I'm sure that for beginners, they don't know how to set out their pixel and their conversion API. We will try to show your ads to people most likely to have a conversation with you through messaging. There are people who will come to your DM to inquire about whatever you are selling. They are there to this thing works like a clockwork. I recently ran an ad for for a client who is into jewelry business, and it worked crazy. People started coming, she started getting crazy orders and all of that. So it works, and this is one of the things you should know. Unless you don't know how to set it right? So you can also choose this thing manually. You see, you have automatic destination, which is recommended, but in case you to use a singular channel, for example, if it is only Facebook Messenger, this is my page, you can see it here. If you want to use only Instagram DM, if you want to use only WhatsApp, so you just untick these two and you leave it at WhatsApp. You get the whole stuff. So it's not really that difficult. That is what you do. You untick the two boxes, then you leave the only one. And if you are trying to use the three, you can obviously use the three. So it's not really that hard or difficult. You get it. So let me untick Instagram. So we are left with only WhatsApp. Let me move down to the next thing that you should know. We already chose this. You can decide to choose the time, start date, when you actually start, the time, when you want it to end, if there's a reason for that. Now, let's get to this part. This part is it's not even somewhat, it's very important. It's very, very important. This is audience. Now, before you run hard, you need to understand who your audiences are. You have to understand who are they. How can I actually reach out to them through my heart? So, whatever thing that you are selling would actually determine the kind of audience that you are looking for. Now, let me tell you the two type of audiences that we have. We have what we call the broad, no, I mean, targeting that we have. Two types of targeting that we have. We have the broad targeting. We have the interest-based targeting. But let me now tell you one thing. Facebook has taken it up a notch, and they are doing something where you can just simply type your audience, and Facebook will just get your ad in front of those people. Like their AI knows how to find those people. Now let's go. You can actually do so many things. You can use a saved audience. I'm going to do a video around this saved audience stuff. Also, it means that you must have created your, what's it called, your audience even before you start running ad. So you could just, so I already have one. I have some. I mean, I have Red Watch Lagos, Abuja only. I have Lagos Red. I have the one for my name, Peter Bayamila. So there's a reason why I named them that way. So for me to be able to understand. So this Red Watch, I ran an ad for a client who sells a red watch. So it was a red watch. You understand what I'm saying? So I ran an ad for them, and I'm there to just do this. So there's another, so the same guy actually run ad for wristwatch. So that is how it is for me. So you can also choose location. Now, what we have here is Nigeria, right? We have Nigeria. Now, what you do is that you can come here to search for whatsoever state, country. If I go Lagos, so you see something. You have Lagos as a state, you have Lagos as a city, you have Lagos as a neighborhood. Aha. I'm in Lagos State, and so I could choose Lagos State, I could choose the city of Lagos. So Lagos State will cover everywhere that Lagos State covers. You understand? If I choose Lagos State, it's going to show you how to extended places like, if you're in Nigeria, you will know those places, Ogun State, some other places that share borders, with Lagos State. If you choose Lagos State as a city, so it's going to domain your head around inside Lagos State. So it's not going to, now you understand. So it will try as much as possible not to proceed beyond. Let's say I choose Lagos City, right? You can also adjust the radius. You can adjust. You see this Lagos State, Lagos, which is the city. So it's telling us that. So you see the pin. So there's actually a pin here where you have Ikeja, Lagos, which is the center of Lagos State, right? Now look at something. There's a circle around. Sorry, there's a circle around Lagos. Now you have other places like Kobe, Epe, Kotonu, and all of those stuffs. It means that if I've chosen Lagos State, like the whole state, the ad can actually extend to other places like this. You can also try to make it small. So you can choose this place. You can choose city within radius. So you can go, if let me try to do that and see how extended it will be. I don't know, this thing is not clicking. Let me try to do manual. Let me do it manually. 45. Did you see what I just said? That it extended from Lagos down to Cotonou. So this is what I'm talking. This is what I've been explaining to you. So you can maintain a particular radius, like somewhere very small. You can extend it. Now, Ibadan is a different state entirely, and with what we just have now, you could see that you were not in Ibadan before. Now you see that the circle is in Lagos and at the same time in Cotonou. So you determine how far you want your heart to go, how far you want it to reach people and all of those stuff. So let's go back to the past, you know. So you can actually continue. You see, it's back to Ikeja, Lagos. It's far from other places. You can keep going, and keep going. So Here you can choose the age, the minimum age of the people that will see your ad. Minimum means that the list, right? So I think it stops at 25. So you can choose 24 and all of that. Now, this could be all sometimes. One of the things that you need to know is you can extend this. So if you want to do that, you go to this place, suggest an audience, where you now click. Now, see this too. You can choose the language. If I put in French, you see French. It says French. Or every person who says. So you might ask, how do Facebook find these people? Now, people like this, the same way you put stuff on your profile. This is how Facebook actually understand this. So for example, if I have in my profile that I can also speak French, or I've written something around, or I've written a content that is French, that I wrote in French, or or I put out a video in French language, Facebook automatically knows that this ad is for me. You understand what I'm saying? So you can choose. You can be very particular about people who will see your ad when it comes to their language. But let's go for all languages, right? Let's go for all languages. Um, Now, here, when we get here to the suggest an audience part, we can do it this way. Now, from knowing, so this is one of the things that you should know. This is age. Now, this we are getting to a broader part of this, a broader part of it, and I think I'm just going to brush through this place. I'm going to do an in-depth video about targeting later on. So let us do 25. I've chosen 25. Let's say you want to choose people who is 25 down to maybe 47, depending on what you are setting, depending on you should understand this part even before you start running ad. Then we can move down to gender. Is it men, is it women? Depending on what you are setting. If you are setting something that only men can buy, you choose men. If you are setting something that only women can buy, if you are setting something that both genders can actually get, you choose all, which is both genders, right? Then, yeah, it's a bit tricky. And it's not tricky, right? This is what I've been saying. You can actually put something here to describe. So I'm going to say, for example, I want Facebook to target men in their 30s who go to the gym and are working class. You see that? So you can just describe. So that is one of the reasons why you have to know who you are targeting. Or you could just say that from which men in their 30s, or men within the age range of 30 to, you understand what I'm saying? You could just say generate option. Now, this is one of the best thing that Facebook just did. And man, if you can use it to your advantage, it's going to actually work for you, right? So you could just go this way. So you see what I'm saying? So Facebook brought different things. People will go 24 hours fitness. You could choose fitness. You could choose anytime fitness. You could choose anytime fitness, general fitness. If I stroll and you see men fitness, muscle, physical, they are going to give you loads and loads of suggestions on where. If you're not using that, you can use the original option. So this is how it works when it comes to targeting, basically. So you just have to be spontaneous with it. You need to know how to use it. You need to understand the logic behind using this thing. There are so many options you can actually go for. There are so many things you can actually do. There are so many ways you can actually approach it. It's not a one-way thing, right? And it's not like anybody does it better than any other person. But you really have to know the basics.
then before you move to the other options. Sometimes we even leave it broad. We just choose the age, and that's all we do. Here I'm trying to show you detailed targeting as well, right? So let me put something like business owners in this place. Business owners, and let's see what we get from here. Now you see a whole lot of stuff at the end of the day. Now you could see what we have: small business owners according to their behaviors, business networking according to their interest. So Facebook knows what people's behavior. Facebook knows, or let me just say, Meta knows people's behaviors, what they are interested in, places they visit, demographics, not just places, right? It has a lot to do with age. It has a lot to do with some other stuff. You get. So let me enter another keyword. So look at the suggestions that we have from what we generated the other time. So we can move from there and let's talk about placement. So what is the importance of placement? Placement is placement is where Facebook shows your ad to people. Now, so you oftentimes when you're on your phone, you could see your ad or you could see different ads on your news feed, on your Instagram feeds, on Reels, and sometimes you might be using your website, using your app, and you find out that there's an ad that is running. That is audience network. Facebook also run ads on WhatsApp, right? For people who don't know, so you can just decide where you want them to show your ad. It's not something you overthink. Sometimes it's basically because of your budget. Sometimes it's how much reach you actually want. But for me, I usually leave it open. You get. So let's move to the next place. The next place we are going now. Let me click next. So the next place we are now is where we call the ads. So I spoke about campaign, which is like the overall thing. Then I spoke about ad set. Then we have this place where we have ads, like the usual thing I usually do. You rename. So I'm going to put Peter Ad again. You rename. So you rename it basically because at the end of the day, you want to know how your ad looks like, right? You want to, when you go to your meta ad, you are going to. So I'm going to show that at the end of the video. You are going to see how your ad is being named, right? So already you have a page. This page of mine is there instantly. So Facebook just chooses it for me. You could see my Facebook, you could see my Instagram, then you could see my WhatsApp. So I have my WhatsApp number already on that page. So it's an automatic thing for Facebook. They do not have to get to like do anything special, Then you can actually source for your creative in different ways. Creative is that video or pictures that you use when you want to run your ad. That is what we call creative. But it is not only picture and video. We have picture, video. We have something we call carousel. Carousel is, I don't know if you have seen ads where there's a lot of pictures. People who sell e-commerce stuff, companies who sell. If you have seen Jumia's, AliExpress's ads, you are going to see them list all of the things that they have, all of the product that they have, and that is what we naturally call carousel. So let me check this multi-advertiser ads. So this multi-advertiser ad is in your ad. Facebook is going to show another ad. Like there's a way to do it. So it's going to be like two ads inside of each other. Then let's move to selecting our creatives, which is the picture, like I said, or the video that you want to use. You should have that already. Sometimes you can also use existing stuff. Maybe you post something on your page, you can use an existing video, you can use an existing picture already on your page. You get. So there's so many ways you can actually do it. It's not a one size fit all thing. So if I select this, I can decide if it's an image. So I'm using an image here. So if we move down to the image, you could just upload your image. You could just go to media. You could click on next, or you could just click on media here, right? Then what next? You go to see, you could see I have a lot of pictures, both the ones on my Instagram pages, on my Facebook, and the one there are some of these ones that I've actually posted or used before. You could just go to next, you click upload, you see upload, that plus sign. Then when you click upload, you look for the pictures that you want to use, or the picture you actually want to use. I don't know what to use, right? So let me use this picture, the picture of this car. So if I click on the picture of this car, it's going to process the image. It's processing, right? So let me just quickly get something out here. See, one of the most important thing is you need to be able to use a creatives that allows or that makes people click. And I used to say this: your creatives either do two things. It either gets people to the work of your creative is to get people to take a particular action, which is to click the next thing. You are telling them to do something, so your creative should be able to show them what next to do. You understand? So if the way I put this picture, you will find out that people already know that I want to sell a car. So let's get to this place where we have primary text. Primary text is that text that you usually see when you see an ad. After, before the first thing that comes to your face is a picture, a video. So you must have this. I suggest that you should have this written somewhere before you even think of running your ad. So I don't have anything written because I don't know I'm going to use a car. So I could just type it in. I want to sell a car, right? So I will just type anything that comes to my head right now. Yeah. So you need to also think. Deeply need to think of this thing too. They call this place. This is what we call ad copy. So we have ad creatives with which is the picture. Then we have the ad copy. You get. So let me just put in something like this, right? I actually know what to type. So you have to be very thoughtful about it. One of the reasons why you see me holding up is because I'm thinking of something so it must be something that will make people understand what you are trying to sell to them. But you should not do it in such a way that you are selling to them, in such a way that it will get them to click, to go to make the next move. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be very, you can actually, for some people who don't know, so there are people who are specialized in that thing. You can also do it yourself. The next place is headline. Headline is the thing people after. So we have the ad copy, which is at the top. We have the ad creatives, which is at the middle. The headline is also underneath your creatives. This gets people to know what next to do. So for example, I put get this car today. Now the next thing is your call to action. We have different call to action: apply now, book now, buy now, learn more. So let's just stick with send WhatsApp message. So people are going to send WhatsApp message to us because that is what we want them to do, right? So this place is just going to show you how to edit your pictures, your creatives. Then we just click done because you are done with that. Now let me show you a preview of this thing. So Facebook is going to preview. You see what I'm saying now? Now this is how your ad will look. You understand what I'm saying? This is how it will look on people's feed, on people's Instagram. It's going to show you different ways or different outlooks and all of that. But this is how it's going to look on people's feed, Facebook feed, on people's Instagram feed, reels, and all of those stuff. So this is what you get. You could see the ad copy. You could see the get the car today, which is the headline that I said the other time. Then you have the ad copy, you have the ad creatives. That is the segment. I believe that with this, you understand everything that it has to do when it comes to running ad. So the next thing is you just you cross-check everything. You're certain that, oh, of course, this is what I want to achieve. Then you go to, there's actually a button at the end of this page where you have publish. right? So I believe that for a beginner, so this is the publish button. So if you click this publish button, your ad actually um start running automatically. And I believe with this video, you are set to run your first ad. You see, it's here already. Peter ad, you could see Peter ad. So it is going to process now. Let's wait for that. Yeah, so it's loading. And if you actually want to learn more, make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, share this video, and I believe that you are going to learn a lot. And I have other shorts where I spoke about little stuff that you should know. So we could let us view this our ad on the Meta Ads Manager, which is our app, right? Let me try to show you what we get, right? So this is why you need this. You could see Peter ad already. That is our ad right here, and this is how you run ad on your mobile phone. So it's not that difficult. You just have to know what works, how to go about it. And subscribe, follow, and make sure you share this. And I see you in the next one.